Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. I am your host Nathan Nile here with another edition of NBA Monthly. And by another edition, I mean the first ever. And is this going to be a regular thing? I can't guarantee that at this point in time. But will I do another NBA Monthly next month? Yes, I will, because it'll be December. It'll be around Christmas. I won't be in school. But I can't guarantee that I'll do this every single month. But at least this month and next month I'll be able to do it. So a few quick storylines. First of all, the Indiana Pacers are at the top of the league with a 14-1 record. They are 8-0 on their home floor. The only other teams that are undefeated at home are the Spurs and the Thunder, who are both 7-0, and the Chicago Bulls, who are currently 5-0 at home. Also, the Pacers have one of the best road records at 6-1. Second are Portland, who are 7-2 on the road, and San Antonio, who, after losing to the Thunder, they are now 6-2 on the road. But still, San Antonio, despite the fact that they had an 11-game losing streak snapped earlier today, they're still at the top of the league because Portland, who had an 11-game winning streak of their own and was just half a game behind the Spurs, they had their 11-game winning streak snapped by the Sun, and so now they're 13-3. But still, Portland at 13-3, that's pretty impressive. I didn't really see that coming. Currently also in the league, the Utah Jazz are the only team that have not won a single road game. They are at 0-9. New Orleans, Sacramento, and Milwaukee have all won one road game. That's it. And Dallas has one of the best home records in the league as well, with 8-1. They and the Clippers. Portland, they've only lost one game at home. Miami's only lost one game at home. But Dallas, they're currently in 7th place right now because 8-1 at home, 2-5 on the road. I mean, at this point in time, it's still in the playoffs, and they've got a winning record, unlike the Eastern Conference. In the Eastern Conference, you've got Miami and Indiana with winning records. Other than that, Chicago at 7-7, which they might fall off somewhat. I think they've still got enough talent to potentially make the playoffs at the very least, since the Eastern Conference is so weak. But in case you've been living under a rock, Derrick Rose, who was trying to make a comeback, he was shaking off some of the rust. But then he injured his other knee and will now miss another entire season at the very least. Who really knows? Hopefully he has a better comeback than Greg Oden, who took 3 years to return. And let's be honest, I'm not seeing too many highlight reels with him. Just saying. But yeah, currently the longest winning streaks in the league now belong to Miami, who have won 8 straight. And Oklahoma City, who just won their 5th straight, handing New York their 7th straight loss, which is the second longest losing streak. Milwaukee has lost 10 in a row and now sit at 2-12. They're only second last in the league, though. Utah is 2-14. But New York, they're 3-11, even though coming into the season, many people put them in the top 3 or 4 in the Eastern Conference power rankings. And I'm not really 100% sure what happened there. At the same time, I can't really say I'm completely shocked. They lost some of that veteran leadership. Injuries and suspensions obviously affected them at the beginning. So from the get-go, yeah, they're having a bad start. They've got enough talent that they could rebound and make the playoffs. At the same time, I didn't really consider them a title contender in the first place. They don't play good defense, and while I do expect them to be in the playoffs, I do not expect them to get past the first round. And meanwhile, Brooklyn, also many people consider them title contenders because of Paul Pierce and Garnett going over there. They're 4-11. Though with them, I feel it's a lot of the same boat. You've got some old players, you've got some injuries to the young players, and chemistry is an issue as well. Jason Kidd, yes, we had a lot of respect for him as a player, but this is his first season as the head coach, the guy in charge of everything, all of that decision making. It's a whole different game. So, I expect them to take some time to really get going. But in the meantime, sure. Eventually, I think they'll get better. The second half of the season, they should be a more dangerous team to look out for. But for now, I'm not really shocked. But the thing that really shocks me the most is that Chicago is in 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. They've got a 7-7 record. The 3rd place team in the Eastern Conference has a 7-7 record. So they're at 500. Lakers in the Western Conference are in 12th place with an 8-8 record. So that kind of shows you the disparities. In the Eastern Conference, a 500 record gets you 3rd place. In the Western Conference, a 500 record gets you 12th place. How about that? And also, Minnesota 8-9. A lot of people have a lot of great things to say about them. I honestly thought they were playoff contenders last year. Injuries affected them greatly. This year, they're doing a little bit better. But at this point in time, 13th place, not necessarily playoffs. Though we do have some of these other teams that seem to still pick up right where they left off. Golden State, Denver, they lost Iggy to Golden State. Both of those teams are doing well. Golden State 9-7, Denver 8-6. Toronto, they're in 4th place in the East with a 6-8 record. 6-8 is not amazing, but as of right now, they're in the playoffs. And so Rudy Gay's happy about that because Memphis, currently at 8-7, not in the playoffs. I told myself that I wouldn't go into statistics as much because a lot of people said statistics, nice, let's get more of your opinions and stuff. But since it's going to be at least a month, if not more, between this and the next episode, I feel like it wouldn't hurt to mention a few statistics, especially since, I don't want to give predictions for games on Christmas Day when it's not even Thanksgiving yet. So, here are a few milestones that I felt were worth mentioning. Ray Allen, he's now tied with Hakeem Olajuwon for 23rd all-time in career games played and currently one behind the sidelined Kobe. So he's going to be moving up the list. Steve Nash is now tied with Juwan Howard, and Tim Duncan needs to play 8 more games to become just the 30th person to ever play in 1,200 career games. Kevin Garnett needs 56 more career rebounds to be only the 10th player in NBA history with 14,000 for his career. And with this many games left on the schedule, I'm pretty sure he's going to hit that mark before the season's up, barring a severe injury that keeps him out for more than a month. Steve Nash needs 56 more assists to tie Mark Jackson for 3rd on the all-time list. Once again, this many games left in the season, a possibility. Andre Miller needs 6 more assists to become just the 9th player in NBA history to have 8,000 career assists. Tim Duncan is currently 58 blocks behind Shaquille O'Neal for 7th on the all-time list. And Tim's always been a great defender, so I wouldn't be shocked if he did make it. There's plenty of games left in the season. However, the league's players are getting more talented and more athletic, and he is getting older and slower. So, he's not piling up the stats like he used to. I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't make it. But I'm going to mention it now just in case he does end up doing it by the end of the season, because it is a very good possibility. Kevin Garnett just needs 20 more blocks to become just the 18th player in NBA history with 2,000 blocks. Ray Allen and Tim Duncan are also both less than 80 points away from the 24,000 point mark, which would make them just the 21st and 22nd players in NBA history to reach that.